Continuing with the fig drug Touhou things, we're back to each of your things now, and the next one in line is Crimson and Vermillion. Oh, I haven't even extracted this one. Alright guys, extract here, do the thing, Crimson and Vermillion, done, Makudok, okay. I'll just call, okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be correct. Let's see. Oh, it's doing the. Oh, wait, why are you going on that screen? God damn it! It's on the wrong monitor. It's on the wrong fucking monitor. Options. Hello. Come on, I can't work like this. Why are you over there? Okay. Okay. No. That window. There we go. There we go. Fuck it out. You go over here, why are you? Like, why are you? There we go. I was doing weird why was it on the other monitor? I don't understand. It's not supposed to do that. Also, the music is making me feel like this is gonna be very serious. And some are also art, like, it's myself, like, the art's beautiful. How do I go backwards? Background music volume, let's decrease it a little bit. It's beautiful, but we need to be a little bit less. Dialogue typing volume. Oh, you want that to be less. Like, the dialogue speed is fine. Controller off. We don't have a controller. Well, I have one somewhere, but it makes my hands sweaty and stuff. Don't like using controllers. Hitbox display. Why is this actual? Oh shit, me. That's gotta be bad. Screen shake. Oh. Input smoothing. Oh god. Don't tell me this is the actual game. Fuck me. Also, how do we go back? Hello? Okay, I need to decrease. No. Okay, no, what are you doing? Why are you... Okay. Because I'm not missing anything. I'm going back, and it's doing the... Fine. Anyway, borderless screen, and... Okay, fine. How do I go out of the menu? Oh, it was one of the Z or X things. Okay. Okay, well. Are you actually going to tell her? Of course I'm going to tell her. I wouldn't be here if I weren't planning to tell her. Yeah. Oh, but art is really... I think I need to be on this corner then. Yeah, covering the options when you could see all the pretty pictures. Very nice. Very well done. I feel like we should just take care of this ourselves. It would be easier, but we can't set that precedent. Be quiet. And what about the rest? Are you going to tell them too? I'd like to keep it between us four, but you can't keep incidents secret these days. Unless, of course, you're the one behind it. True, but if I were behind this incident, it wouldn't have started after lunchtime. Who the hell is making so much goddamn noise this early in the morning? Look, I don't have any noises. Okay, it's Kassen. Okay, we know her. Good morning, Reimu. Your eyes look a bit red. Were you preparing onions for lunch? Lunch? I was sleeping until someone woke me up with a goddamn racket. Sleeping? It's 9 in the morning. Don't try it, business hours start now. 9 is too early. Come back at 11. Here's what I'd like to say, but we don't have that kind of yield this time. I'll be straight for once. There's an incident. A bunch of troublemakers from hell have been sighted up coming towards the human village. Well, the biggest troublemaker of them all is a regular visitor here, though it can't bore well that there are more in Touhou. You said you'd be straight, so don't play at the pronoun game. Who are you talking about? Ah, sorry. Our current knowledge is that there are 4 of them. The Vermillion Phoenix of the south and the Dragon Tortoise of the northwest. Was there a northwest? As well as the Maharal's Golem and the one-winged angel demon. What? Doesn't she have 2 wings? Huh. Then what was it that she only had 1 of? I believe it was her... Actually, never mind. Oh, that's right. She only had 1 arm. No, she definitely has 2 arms. Though she does always keep 1 on her holster. Fine. 2-winged demon. Okay, so what do I have to do? Should I just exterminate them all? Reimu, your ultimate task isn't to exterminate yokai, but to maintain peace in Gensokyo. Not all problems ought to be solved via extermination. The best possible outcome here is that you just keep watch to make sure that nothing suspicious is going on. Maybe I should change my title from Incident Resolve to Sus Police. I would consider this more of incident prevention, and prevention is better than resolution. Well, Cass and I have some business to deal with, so we'll see you in the evening. Make sure to clear up this incident by then. Business. Heading down to patch up the border for something. I feel like it's been a bit porous lately. Almost as if it's being haunted by Maxwell's ghost. Something along those lines, yes. I know we were planning to visit Kozosu tonight, but what did we have to do at the border? You said we'd go outside for lunch today. Oh, that. Do we really need to go today, though? With the incident and all? No, but I'd have to cancel the reservation for that really good sushi place, the one recommended. Sushi? You're going outside just to eat some rice and vegetables? I can make you some of that here. And this is exactly why we need to go outside. Hey, I vaguely get the sense you're insulting me. Reimu, most sushi outside is served with raw fish, not vegetables. It's surprisingly difficult to prepare well. Raw fish? Are you crazy? You got tapeworms if you eat raw fish. Don't get fooled, Kassen. Yuki is a yokai, so she'll be fine. But you'll have continuous stomach pain until a crow gorges out your intestines. It's true that if you eat raw freshwater fish, you'll get tapeworms. But saltwater fish are safe. We don't have any oceans in Gensokyo, so we can't eat sashimi here, but it's quite common outside. I thought I architectured Gensokyo pretty well, but the technical debt has really accumulated. I sort of get why that vampire god just blew her world to smithereens and rebuilt it. Sometimes I really want to just remake Gensokyo with sashimi and hoshu crabs as first-class citizens. I'd have to exterminate you if you tried to do that. And that's why it's a technical debt. Couldn't management and customers be a bit flexible once in a while? Well, as Yukari says, we can't cancel such a valuable reservation. So you have to take charge of incident response, Reimu. We won't be able to support you today. This is technically my job, so I can't really complain, but I still don't like that you're just casually going outside for lunch during an incident. I haven't even gone outside for lunch once in my life. Do a good job and maybe I'll take you sometime. Oi! You took your sweet time, hermit! Oh wait, this is Carissa. Wait, I just gave Reimu and Carissa the same voices. Well, whatever. Whatever. Oh, and I slipped out. Well, whatever. Look, I've got a headache right now, so it's not drunk, it's just fake drunk, it's real headache moments. Good morning, Marissa. Also, the fact that there's barely any narration, basically no narration, so I thought I really have anything to do with that, so I keep forgetting to slip out of it. Pause, log, skip. Good morning, Marissa. Your eyes are kind of red. Did you just wake up? At 9 in the morning? Hell no, I've been cooking with plenty of onions. You know what they say, the more onions and garlic, the better the curry does, eh? Marissa, when'd you get here? She's a witch, she can fly. I got notice from one of Cassid's birds, so I hopped on over an hour ago. Food's almost dead, so let's eat and then we can go investigate. Marissa, you cooked for me? As always, Z. You shouldn't need to go that far from the human village to complete your investigation. In that sense, since we won't be backing you up this time, use your discretion. Good luck. Good luck, Reimu, Marissa. Alright, let's fill our bellies before moving out. Reimu, can you set the table? Yeah. After eating brunch, Reimu and Marissa head to the human village. There we go, the first bit of actual narration. Alright, we're down. Who should we be looking for first? We got a dragon. Looks like we don't have to look. Kicho's the dragon turtle, right? Yeah, no doubt. Alright, now we just have to keep an eye on her. She's heading into Suzunan. Let's follow her. Hello, we got a bunch of characters. Shopkeep, were you able to reserve me those books? Yep, let me go pull them out of that back room. Look, I don't have the capacity to do all of us. No sus movements yet, but I still feel like she's doing something wrong. Should I jump her? That'd be a violation of her constitutional rights, and any evidence you retrieve be invalid. Alright, Marissa's a lawyer. She knows her shit now. Last time she was a lawyer, so that's good. But consider this, since Yukari is explicitly not involved with this investigation, if I jump her and find some evidence, then hand it over to Yukari, the evidence would still be valid according to the Silver Platter Doctrine. Of course, if I jump her and find nothing, that's qualified immunity. The Silver Planet Doctrine's been abolished for a while now. Ah, damn it. Wait, but in that case, I could just jump Kozusu instead and look for some evidence on her. The third-party doctrine is still around, right? Any evidence I get from Kozusu would be admissible. Yeah, but I ain't gonna say that's a good idea. I get back right with someone coming. Oh, I was wondering why the store of rat dung smelled, and here I have my answer found. Son, Kamakusa, look who finally came crawling out of our little mountain cave. What business do you have shoving your dilapidated face here? Look around here, thee, and have reckoned. Wherefore cometh one to a library? Of how many reasons canst thou think, lily-livered Nuren? I'm asking because an illiterate pea-brain like you wouldn't be able to get anything out of a library. Miss Yachi, I have... why are you always like this? Hey, it is the human village. You're not allowed to fight here. If you try, I'll... Shut your mouth, you tomato-tabloid. Didn't you ever learn not to interrupt people having a conversation? Tomato tard? Hey, you ever learn not to raise your voice in the library, you horny turtle? I live for Mercer's clapbacks. That's right. You're the one causing a disturbance here. Try me, thou oughtest to stand back and for a bit watch. Try not so hastily, thou sword of the glow knows not one must thou strike. If you ask so nicely, we'll just wait for now. See. To continue, recently of a dragon-eating yoke I heard, and for the sake of my technique, thought upon topics some research due. You spend all your time sucking on that dragon-shaped Kiriseru, but it's helped your technique fuck all. Thou here breathe in the same form, taste of tobacco is but a frail substitute for the luster of dragon scale. Canst thou not recognize this pipe is with thine own scale gilded? Huh? I gave you something that valuable and you turn it into a fucking jewel? You ungrateful bitch! I ought to take your little fucking finger as payment. I'll hand you to the Tanto, so kneel and get your ass ready. Watch out, she has a knife! That gives me reasonable suspicion to jump. She's attacking Bull. There ain't no knife. Mercer's calluses are so rough against my skin. Oh, okay. Wait, what the fuck is happening? I'm a little bit... Lots of things are happening here right now, boy. Raimu's being like all really conscious of Marissa, and there's a lot going on here. I think we're just gonna have to move ahead, full steam ahead, or just let it happen. Snail-witted parasite, must thou even matter so simple, be thee so intractable? Where else should something so precious keep I? Wouldst thou have me in the drawer hide and forget it, or wouldst thou have me crafted into jewelry I would no more than once a week wear? Of nothing else, this pipe is always by my side. Fine, I'll accept that excuse. Just keep in mind that Kiseru won't follow you into the fucking bay. I got more characters. Horse-eyed Kaga, I have no idea who this is. Good morning, Kozusu. Were you able to find the books I asked for? Yes, the ones on cognitive behavioral therapy, yes. We know about that stuff. What was her name? The Yuka Kazumi taught us all about that stuff. Yeah, good, that's important. We learned all about cognitive CBT. Yeah, we know everything. It's all coming together. It's all somehow coming together for some reason. This is weird. This is a very weird day. No, month, 2 months, however long this is gonna take to do. Great. Just in time for my duel with Moko tonight. Oh, I see. The fugitive princess is also a fan of psychological warfare. Manipulate your enemy's understanding of self and you need not lift a finger. Isn't it so? Perhaps you need not lift a finger, but once you grow to my age, a simple technique like that becomes a bit too boring. If there are n ways to torture someone, and you pick only one at a time, then you have n possible solutions to go through. Eventually, you grow weary of the repetition. But if you pick any subset, you have 2 by the power of n possible solutions. Exponential growth. Much like the computational power of the qubits in the cat box. What? Well, I have to study. But drop by sometime if you want to share techniques. Well, that was fucking ominous. Though dull-eyed flapdragon. Huh? What was that, fuckhead? You want me to fucking drown you in the Tokyo Bay? No need in thy glopping naivete do I already drown. Kawakus is just like throwing insults and shade like really well. It's good stuff. It's really well written, by the way. What? You want to run hands, huh? Catch me outside. How about it, eh? Clay-brained rogue, wishes thou for all ye denizens here annoyance foment? If seeks thou an altercation, come to the gambling den mine, where we can end with some privacy blood spill. I ran out there in my lungs for that one. Where does you want to catch this fade? Doesn't matter to me. I'll fucking beat your ass anywhere. Let's jump this shithole. Ah, wait, Miss Kicho, your books. No worry, I shall with me take. Oh, she enjoys these sorts of rags, despite that countenance so contorted. So, thou needst not thyself worry, shrine maiden, with her there willeth no instant be. Another day. I guess we're done here. Ain't really sure what was that, but I'm feeling like we just saw some real tea. At this time in the morning, I would have preferred coffee. Okay. Raymond and Marissa leave Suzunan only to wander aimlessly around the outskirts of the village. She has a cowboy hat, so like I don't have anything else. Kurokoma Saki, you know. Howdy. Easy win. You ain't never stood a chance, sis. Equestrian. Ah, can't beat you, lassie. You've got some good muscle on those legs. Who's Equestrian? Ah, Kurokoma. Oh, if it ain't the big panda and the little panda. Panda, whatever. What are you doing here, Kurokuma? Depending on your response, I may have to exterminate you. You can't see? I've been racing horses. Oh, in that case, there's no problem. Horse racing? Ain't there hella regulations about that? Were there? Yeah, Yuki was saying that she and the other big shots don't want no criminal gangs acquiring monetary footholds in the Gitsukyo economy, and they've been especially wary about the load sharks that's always swimming around horse racing rinks. She's always putting on a dumb face, but when it comes down to it, she's so smart. Marissa's Gapmo is so beautiful. Okay, there's a lot fucking for fuck's sake. I don't know if the music and the main menu image made me think this was gonna be serious, but this is like the most like silly and meme-filled thing so far. I think I'm confused. But you know what? I like it. I appreciate it. It's a fan game that I got from Ichigo, so no shit, it is what it is. It's great. The art is beautiful, but the novels and everything else is really nice. They're really fucking nice. Wait, if you're here to try to get your criminal gang running horse racing rings in Gensokyo, that's a major incident. I can't let you continue. Yee, ain't no two ways about it. It's time for your extermination, Z. Howdy, really? I don't get what you're talking about, but if you're trying to throw hands, I ain't gonna pussy out. I'll crush anything standing in my path. That's my ninja way. You can run your mouth all you want, but you've already lost once. You don't stand a chance. Oh, you're approaching me. Me thinks this Kurokuma Saki, the fastest draw in the West. Can't exterminate you without getting closer. Shut your reference. Aha, then come as close as you like. Where's your other arm? Can't you tell? It's on my holster. Like I said, the fastest draw in the West. Don't worry, I'll play fair. I ain't gonna draw until you're within melee range. Halt! What is this disturbance? How dare you engage in such actions not 5 stone throws from the village gates? Oh, good, one of the big shots here. That should make things easier to clear. Miko! Don't worry, Saki. I won't let them lay a finger on you. I'm talking to you, Shrine Maiden. What is the meaning of this? Proceed any further, and I shall crush the Hakure Shrine as the Meiji crushed the Buddhist temples. I knew it. The Kage wouldn't have been able to make it this far without insider support. And the only political faction corrupt enough to support institutionalized horse racing by the human village would be the Taoists. Okay. Sure. I literally have no idea what's happening now anymore. At all. It's everything. It's just everything. Yeah, Becca would never get involved in something so silly. But you lot? Miko, yesterday I got your Matama in 10 seconds. Oh, 10 seconds? For the first 100? Impressive, Saki. You always manage to go even further beyond my hopes. Yeah, for a longer run I can core 200 in that time, but with no momentum it's kinda tough. If you desire to improve your speed from a stopping position, we ought to find you a human to compete against. Horses don't make particularly formidable racing opponents short of 200. Ah, that explains a lot. I've been racing against the horse here all morning, but in 100 or less, that ain't much. Racing against horses? If you finish your practice, you must have time to come visit me now. No? Yeah, I was just about to. I even brought some new toys for us to play with. Here, take a look. Sure. Let's see. Oh, Saki, your choices are always so inventive. I read in a book that humans really like being treated like animals. Luckily, I got a lot of practice with that kind of stuff from our work down below. Ain't no reason to hold back, Miko. I take real good care of you today. Wait, son! So there wasn't actually any institutionalized gambling going on? Barely, nah. But maybe it's a problem that those two are hanging out. Busting Yakuza's corporate collusion rings is beyond my pay grade. Yuki will take care of that. I have no idea what... This is baffling me more than anything else so far, honestly. This is... It's kind of breaking my brain. I don't know what... Next is the Vermillion Phoenix, right? Ain't that just Moko? No way, Moko is the Crimson Phoenix. But Crimson and Vermillion ain't that far apart. I'm not sure. 20 degrees is pretty far. Not to mention that they're particularly philosophically distinct. Why'd you say that? Crimson is purple of red. Vermillion is orange of red. In other words, they're located in opposite directions from each other relative to the core concept of red. But I don't follow unless you define red in the mathematical sense as the exact point 100. Red, the way we society be using it to describe things that be flexible enough to contain both vermilion and crimson from the start. So no way they be under the same philosophical concept and require some overness to be thought of otherwise. Oh, that's so smart, Marissa. Impressed? That's the power of books, you know. Though it probably ain't Moko all said. She ain't living hell after all. Looking for me? Oh, it is Moko. What's up? Did Kaguya send you on an errand? No, she didn't ask us to do anything. We're just looking for the, Vermillion Phoenix. Is that you by any chance? Huh? Of course not. I'm the Crimson Phoenix. Are they, particularly different? What the hell are you talking about? How could anyone mix up Vermillion and Crimson? They're completely different colors. They're two shades of red separated not by a few degrees. Kids these days. The question isn't how similar they look. The question is how they've been historically distinguished. Vermillion dyes derived from cinnabar and ore. Crimson dyes derived from the dried corpses of various scale insects, originally kermes and later cochineal. Formerly, the cochineal-based dye is called carmine, but as it effectively replaced all production of the kermes-based dye, we can draw a line through the two and call them both crimson. In fact, there are shades of vermilion that look the same as crimson, but they're still vermilion because they're created from cinnabar. Titles like Crimson Phoenix and Vermillion Phoenix are deeply historical concepts, so you can't eyeball a color wheel to distinguish them. You have to actually think about the etymology. How did people create, acquire, and use these colors? What were the social significances of these different pathways? Who had access to these dyes, and how? Wow, that's pretty impressive line of reasoning, Moko. It'd be more impressive if someone living as long as me couldn't make that argument. That all said, I actually passed by someone who could feasibly be called a Vermillion Phoenix back that way. Oh, well, I guess that solves our issue. Thanks for the help. No problem. By the way, though, you said that you did see Kaguya today, right? Yeah, she was looking for some books on cognitive behavior therapy or something like that.
Mother of the Lord.
What y'all even doing during your duels that she needs to study therapy?
Mostly we just murder each other. Sometimes literally, sometimes metaphorically. It's not the kind of relationship mortals could understand.
Would you say it's something like love?
Hell no, we hate each other. We only spend so much time together because our immortality binds us.
But Aaron's also immortal, and you don't hang out much with her.
That's, I have things to do, so I'll drop now, and you need to go talk to this Vermillion Phoenix later.
I get the sense that age grants wisdom, but only ossifies the contortions of one's personality, right? Yeah.
Raven and Mercer proceed down the path away from the village.
Oh, fuck's sake. Clack, 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 clack. Clack, 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 clack. What the hell is going on here? Is she talking to a chicken? I don't know what to do with her. Oh, Reimu and Mercer, how are you doing on this fine day?
Look what you want from me. I don't know what I want for myself either.
Who are you? Gah, you forgot me. I'm supposed to forget first, though. That's Kataka, the Hell Gatekeeper. Remember her? Oh. Hey, Kataka, we're looking for the Vermillion Phoenix. Apparently she's somewhere here. Click, 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 click. Oh, yeah, I met her a few minutes ago. She went that way.
Ain't that direction we'd come from?
Was it? I can't remember, but I think she called herself, Mukao. Moko? Yeah, that was it. Moko's the Crimson Phoenix, not the Vermillion Phoenix. Huh? Aren't those the same thing? Oh no. I mean, I can tell them apart easily, but you humans don't have enough retinal power to distinguish those colors, right? So as far as you humans are concerned, Crimson and Vermillion are the same. Well, historically, humans' ability to differentiate colors has increased drastically with the passage of time, not only in terms of biological evolution, but also in terms of cultural intermixing, bringing increased specificity to color definitions. If you can only barely tell them apart today, chances are that you ancestors who created these terms couldn't tell them apart at all. Clack, clack, clack. Oh, don't feel lonely, little buddy. Clack, 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 clack.
Okay. The headache is starting to take its toll, honestly. Probably a bad idea to do it now, but we're here.
But even if they couldn't tell them apart at a glance, the differences in how those colors were produced and managed as social objects would have allowed them to differentiate Crimson from Vermillion. I can grant that for a man-made object with a traceable lineage, but the Vermillion Phoenix isn't a sculpture. If such humans saw a phoenix that seemed to have the color Vermillion, then what reason would they have to not also call it the Crimson Phoenix? It's a matter of pure, objective observation. Damn, how do I even respond to that? Same thing, social reasons. There are no social reasons attached to pure observation. Are you rejecting the objectivity of the scientific method? If observation is socially determined, then all scientific theories are socially determined and therefore have no intercommunal validity. Are you trying to cast our process of knowledge gathering back to the pure pre-modern age? I don't know about those scary sound consequences, but there do be social reasons. Take this hypothetical. You live in a society where Vermillion dye be used to paint high art, and where its material connection to the earth give it a connotation of eternity and permanence. And this same society don't use crimson dye because there ain't enough of the producing insects in the area. Or maybe they got a prohibition on the something on the taking alive, so they associate with the death instead. If you see a wholly immortal phoenix, you're gonna call it Vermillion, not crimson, even if those colors do be effectively the same visually. In fact, ain't there a big-ass country on the continent like this? Wow, Marissa. Damn, that's a good point. Clack, clack, clack. Clack, 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 clack. Yeah, that's right. Fine, I'll concede for now that the Vermillion Phoenix and Crimson Phoenix might be different entities. But in that case, no, I haven't seen a Vermillion Phoenix anywhere nearby. Huh? Was Moko just trolling us? I don't know, honestly. Maybe the person who sent you mixed up Vermillion and Crimson and actually wanted you to talk to Mukao. That don't explain what Moko said, though. Maybe Moko thought that the Vermillion Phoenix was Kuta. No, that's not possible. Yeah, that ain't possible. Well, I think we can let this drop. If nobody had seen her, then she probably ain't gonna be causing an incident anytime soon. Yeah, let's head back towards the village. We still have to find the column. Let's do that. See you, Kataka. Bye. Don't forget me when I forget you.
before I forget you. And if you see the off-white tiger, tell her I'm waiting for her there. Here.
Black.
Oh, God. Raymond and Mercer head back to the village. Did we already meet this one? I forget, there's so many fucking characters. No. Roses are a bit too easy. No. Chrysanthemum is a bit overblown. I can't figure this out.
Hey, it's the Haniwa.
Huh? Stop. You're violating the law. Pay the court a fine or serve... Excuse me, force of habit. Nice to see you two. You seem to be looking for something.
We're looking for M something golem. Have you seen a giant sentient rock crafted into human form anywhere nearby? Wait, Reimu. It is weird, Z. Since when there's a flower stall in the human village?
Flower stall?
Shit, where'd this come from? Looks like the incident was already started. Owner of this flower stall, show yourself.
Did someone call for me?
Oh, it's Kazumi. Oh, fuck, we already did it. Well, she has different voice now.
Oh, Reimu, it's been a while. Have you been doing well? Yukari's been keeping you well fed, I hope.
Oh, I need to do some sing-songy practice every now and then as well, I guess.
And Marissa, we haven't had the chance to speak since before your teacher transferred schools. But you've made a good name for yourself over the years. I'm sure she'd be proud.
Auntie. Yuki's your aunt?
It's been difficult for me to visit the shrine over the past several years for various reasons. But I'm here today in the village, and soon I'll be able to head up to the shrine too. So we'll get to sit down and drink tea together again very soon. I'm looking forward to it, Marissa.
Me too, Auntie. I always knew you'd be back. I've been growing amaranth in my yard so I can give you tea someday. I'll have them prepared for you when you visit the shrine.
Amaranth is your choice. In this ephemeral world, we seek to at least make our relationships immortal. An impossible battle, but one worth fighting nonetheless. Then on that day, I'll prepare some Edelweiss seeds for you. Those flowers of pure, rugged beauty. Grow them in your garden and give them to your dearest.
That's it. Huh? What does it mean to give Edelweiss? I don't know about here, but underground giving Edelweiss to a lover is a pledge of loyalty. If only it were applicable to my use case. Oh, then.
Then, Marissa, to whom would you think of giving those Edelweiss?
Secret. Is a secret.
If you say so. And what about you, Haniwa? Do you have an idea of what you'd like? I could help you more if you told me who you're planning to give those flowers to.
Sorry, I absolutely can't say, but I promise I'll figure something out. Wait, are you selling flowers here?
Yes, I'm selling flowers here in the human village because the humans really appreciate flowers much more than the yokai. I suppose that cycle of birth and death must be a particularly profound sight for a species of such short lifespan.
Can't assess, not gonna lie.
I don't see why this would be strange. I am, after all, the self-proclaimed god of flowers. I'm technically just a yokai though. If anything, it's strange that it took me this long to start up this stand. I guess that's her fault, but I can't blame her now that she's gone. The Buddhists were quite overjoyed that I could provide them with so much lotus. And the Taoists... well, I suppose they care for nothing more than amaranth, obsessed with latching onto life as they are. Either way, flowers can make people happy. What about you, Reimu? Would you like some flowers? Lilies, perhaps?
That stands for something, doesn't it? What's the meme? Lilies are, whisper, whisper, whisper. How could you suggest something like that? Auntie, don't tease her like that.
Though I may not have been present for many of the past years, news from Olga and Sokyo nonetheless reaches my ears. So I already know your situation. Don't consider it teasing.
Oh, wait, these flowers are all beside the point. Yuki told me to exterminate you. There's probably some poison in these flowers. Oh, wait.
Yukari? Oh, that can't be right. I've already received the vendor permit from her. Here, take a look.
Let's see, it says... Raymond, I'm not a fan of vendor permits since they generally result in the criminalization of those who are unable to navigate the bureaucracies of procuring one. However, in this case, I worry that you might attack Yuka or some flimsy notion of reasonable suspicion, so I wrote this to explicitly prevent you from doing so. If you're reading this, you've already fucked up. This said, I have no plans to formalize a system around these permits, as you're the only one in Gitsuke who ever needs to see them. Fair enough.
Yukari's foresight is quite impressive, isn't it?
I bet this permit is a fake. But I'll go ahead and finish reading it to make sure. P.S. You probably think this permit is fake. In that case, did you find the Maharal's golem yet? If you move her Shen, that'll probably cause diplomatic incidents. So please restrain yourself when I tell you that she should be just behind you right now. Ah, behind me!
Maybe Camellia. How about Sakura? No, Sakura would be a bad idea. But she likes the fleur-de-lis, doesn't she? So in that case, maybe I should get some yellow lily. Yellow lily is exceedingly rare. The fleur-de-lis is a yellow iris.
What? Doesn't lis literally mean lily?
Well, in this case, it probably originally meant flower of the river Lis, which would refer to the yellow irises that grow on the banks of that river.
Let me think a bit more, please. Auntie, when did you even get this permit?
Just a few hours ago. I saw the two of them eating mangoes in the park outside, so I went to greet them. Yukari even told me where to find some yellow lily.
Alright, I think I decided. I've got hey!
Hello, Kompakuyomo.
Oh, what do I do with her? I guess the Russian voice. I don't know. I have nothing else left in my repertoire and I'm not prepared.
Oh, Raymond Marissa. Are you also here to purchase flowers?
Not particularly.
Back for more higanbana, Yomu. Yuyuku is really draining my stock. It's as if she wants to monopolize all the higanbana. Not this time. I finally persuaded my lady to get something different. She said she'll go with Hurricane Lily this time. Yomu, I'm sorry, but... Oh no, if you don't have any, that's not a problem. Don't worry about it. I'll return and let my lady know. No, that's not it. I have Hurricane Lilies, it's just, how do I put this? Hurricane Lily and Higanbana are the same flower. No! Every single room, every single open space in Hagagyokuro is overflowing with Higanbana. Everywhere I look is covered so thoroughly in red that I wouldn't be able to tell if Vermillion had another go at the Scarlet Mist incident. Other than the few remaining sakura trees, it's all Higanbana. Even the Zen garden is covered in Higanbana. I tried to persuade her just once to pick out something else, but still Higanbana. At this rate, I'm going to trip over a rock, crack my skull open, and nobody will be able to tell because my blood-covered corpse will blend right into the sea of crimson Higanbana. Well, Higanbana is poisonous, so too much of it may be harmful for a half-human. Wait. I have a list of other flowers she was considering. These are definitely different. Do you have any Manjusaka? That's also... That's fine, it's just one down. How about Mountain Crow's poison? We tend to say Tengu's poison against Sokyo, but it's still... This one from a different content, I think. Hellflower. Flor del Infierno. International trade allowed licorice radiata to spread to many other lands. Oh, there aren't many left. What about Dragon Claw? It's the same too. Oh no. Thousand Tongue Amaryllis? For our exempt noms? I haven't heard of these names in centuries, but they're all... Oh, there's only one more. Please let this be different. Crimson Jeweled Allium. Vermillion Jeweled Allium is different, but Crimson...
Ashy, here you go, get.
Crimson and Vermillion are similar enough. Just give me Vermillion Jeweled Allium. Anything but Higanbana, please. Well, from a social and historical perspective, Crimson and Vermillion are sharply distinguished by... Stop, I'm too stupid to tell differences. As long as you don't say anything further, I can maintain plausible deniability, please. Of course. Give me a moment to put together your order. My lady, why would you do this to me?
Well, I think we all figured out what Yukiko's favorite flower is. But what about you, Yomo? What's your favorite flower?
Me, definitely the yellow lily. I love how it opens up in the image of the fleur de lis. It has a beautiful shape that expresses both power and vulnerability. A sharp sword and a kind heart. That's the kind of swordsman I aspire to be.
I hate to break it to you, but the fleur de lis is a yellow iris.
What? No way. But fleur de lis literally means lily flower. Here, take a look. This is a yellow lily, alternatively meadow lily, or cicada lily. It's a nodding flower, so it doesn't point up at all, and it doesn't really look much like the fleur de lis in terms of shape. What the? And this is a yellow iris, alternatively water flag, or in some places swamp iris, because it blossoms in wet areas like the banks of the river Lys. As it blooms, its outer petals open up, and its inner petals tower upwards. You can see the resemblance to the fleur de lis. Wait, does that mean that all this time I was wrong about my own favorite flower? I guess that would be the correct interpretation of the sequence of events. But shouldn't that be impossible? Saying something like X is my favorite flower is fundamentally a speech act that signals one's own receptiveness to social practices involving X, such as receiving X as a gift. How is it possible for a performative statement to be wrong in such a way? If we're going down that route, we should first ask, Marissa Reimu, what are your favorite flowers?
Vishna Nakara.
A practical choice. Reimu.
Peach blossoms, I guess.
Oh, in the sense of Sun Wukong's short-lived peach orchard, or in the sense of Liu Bu Bei's peach garden oath?
I'm not Taoist. The latter, obviously.
Alright, then the two of you know what to buy.
Yeah. Hey, who said I'm going to buy anything from...
That said Yomu. I'm also having trouble trying to come up with an example. If you said that you liked red roses and someone got you black roses to spite you, then that could be considered an infelicitous speech act, in the sense that the other party refused to reciprocate properly. But it wouldn't be wrong in the same way that your case appears to be. If they gave the red roses and that was somehow still infelicitous, maybe that'd be similar? That's a good approach, but there's a way to think about it as simply descriptively wrong. We could also take X is my favorite flower as a description of how one would respond to X in a general situation. Absent such social relations, if you say, red roses are my favorite flower, and then you walk into a garden and are repulsed by the red roses, you would simply be descriptively wrong, and thus the illocutionary result in the other situation would be naturally strange. Since we shattered your delusions by showing you a real yellow lily, doesn't that suffice? That might apply in this case, but it's not sufficient as a general solution. Consider the case where you're sick in bed and someone is tending to you. If you say, I'm cold, there is both a descriptive and performative aspect to this utterance. You may actually feel cold and your teeth may actually be chattering, but when the person by your bedside responds by giving you another blanket, it's possible for the blanket to actually make you feel worse, even though that was the explicit function of the elocution. This is a well-known problem with dealing with bedridden people. In this case, there is no error in the description, but the statement is still wrong in terms of what it performatively causes.
Yeah, Reimu's always asking me to add an extra, then subtract blankets when she's sick. Yeah. Marissa, you don't have to tell people about that.
But can't we batch up these cases with a descriptive performative differentiation as simply products of various irregularities in the physiological response pathways? Or can you describe a case where someone in a decently standard state of mind would make the same error? A cut. Okay then, let's leave it at that. Yomu's favorite flower is the yellow iris. And here's the vermilion jeweled allium for you, Yuko. Thanks, Yuka. I'll work harder on persuading her. If I can't, please just run out of Higanbana next time. Mayumi, are you still here?
Yes.
Have you decided on what you'd like?
Yellow iris, please.
Alright, here you go. Good luck, little Haniwa.
Thanks. I have some objections to Yukari classifying Haniwa as golems, but either way, I don't think there'll be an incident with her. I guess we're done here.
Going so soon? I have some red czar and peach blossoms in the back, you know.
No, we're out. Back to the shrine. We have to, discuss some private matters.
Okay, I'll see you two again soon.
Reimu and Mercer return to the shrine to end their uneventful journey. What's up, Reimu? You want to attack? Well, you know, after today, I've been thinking a bit about myself, and, you know... Oh, are you thinking about what to call yourself Vermillion or Crimson? No, not that. I'm fine with just red. But, you know, between me and you, I don't know how to say it. Take your time, Reimu. Marissa, you know, for the longest time it's always been like, look.
It really is of a different caliber, isn't it?
I have to agree. I've seen a lot of overhyped food, but this one really did deliver. How did they do all that with raw fish? Oh, looks like we've interrupted something. Oh, you two are, back early.
We sure are. So, Reimu, did you do it yet?
What's it supposed to be?
Look, Reimu, you can play that game with others, but when I make obscure references to your internal mental states, you should always assume that I'm speaking from your perspective. That is to say, it is exactly what you think it is.
I was about to do it, but then you showed up.
Oh, in that case, please continue. We'll just watch.
Yukri, did you intentionally open the gap at this time so that you could interrupt this it? Of course you did.
Shh, have some respect. Go on, don't mind us.
Yukri. Oh, she's just going for it. Alright, just ignoring those two. That's fair enough. You know, Marissa, you're always so smart and so pretty, and you make a show of being disorganized, but you always have your affairs perfectly in order. And you know how to cook so well, and you're so handsome and so smart, and you're the best person I've ever met. I love you, Marissa. Please marry me. That was a lot. Sure.
Marissa, you have to say it too.
I love you too, Ray. I'll always be with you.
Marissa, hooray! I've been waiting for this day for so long. I was so worried that you'd grow up all alone without ever confessing your love. But not anymore. To celebrate, let's all go outside for dinner tonight. All four of us. I made reservations.
What? You made more reservations?
While we were eating, I had a hunch that this might happen, so I did it just in case. Let me go pick up some good balls to crack open. Be back in a bit.
Wait, Yukari. Wait, did Yukari actually plan all of this out beforehand? How could she...
That's not the right way to think about this, Reimu. You said what you've wanted to say for a long time. That's what's really important here, regardless of what Yukari was scheming. And to be honest, I don't think she was scheming much. Not today anyways. Let me say it as well. Congratulations, Reimu. Congratulations, Marissa. There is a great strength to be found in speaking your heart, and there's a great solace to be found in joining with another. Would you like some time alone? I don't really appreciate that Yukari barged in like that, even if she was eager to see this.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back in a few hours then.
Marissa? What's up, Reimu?
Now that I've said all that, I want you to hold me more. Can you do that, Marissa?
Sure, anytime, Reimu.
The end. Thanks for reading. Oh, okay. Well, sure. It was very different. Also, this notice that the bottom really doesn't matter for a visual novel like that. But sure. Fuck it, why not? Anyway, so the tone and the music here does not match anything that happened at all, and it's brilliant. I love it. That was a lot of technical terms, lots of history, a little bit of historical things, and lots of this was fascinating, fantastic. I don't even know what to say. It's just good stuff. This was good stuff. Very, very different from what I expected, but I didn't know what to expect at all. But it's like, yeah. For some reason, we have Reimu here, but this other person is the other one. The other, it's not Marissa. So it's not, no spoiler. I don't know what to think about it. Anyway, yay, love. Sure, yes.